Okay, I think we can begin. The others who join in will, I'll bring them up to speed. So, Rohan, you'd wanted to learn perspective, right? Maybe we can go to perspective today and we can leave the desert scene for when Ragini joins us. All right, so um, how would you explain perspective, Rohan?
Like different viewpoints of something. Like, you're looking straight normally, and then there are side views and like underside views and like that.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you some basics of how you can start practicing perspective and also help you to and sorry, we'll start with some simple shapes so that you can start seeing perspective also. Okay. Now, Abir, if you find this too complicated, I'm going to start off with something very simple that you can make lots of, and then you can color them up in a pattern. So I'm going to do two things. The first part is going to be the easy part where all of us can just draw a 3D cube, and I'll show you how to keep making those 3D cubes next to each other. That will be one part. And the second part, I will show you how to draw that 3D cube as if you're looking at it from the top, from the front, and from the bottom as well. And Abir, if that becomes too complicated for you, then you can just color up the cubes that we have made in the first part of the class and leave the perspective part. We can do that another time as well. Okay?
Also,
Mm-hmm.
like, also in my opinion, perspective would be if someone's trying to also like grab out, like,
Well, yeah, I know. So
yeah.
that I'll explain all those things also. Yes, so I've written that over here. You want to show as if your hand is coming out into the foreground. So here's one thing. Let's start off with first understanding how to draw a 3D cube. I'm going to draw the first one in pen so that you can see it. Okay, so first observe this. I start off with two dots. This is something that I learned watching a TV program. I'll talk about that also later. You start with two dots, and then you look at where the center between the dots is. You put a finger there because it becomes easy to check whether it is indeed the center or not. And then you make a dot a little to the top of the center and a little to the bottom of the center. My box is a little crooked, but that's okay. Then, yeah, do you want to draw this part? So two dots on the side. Visualize the center by putting your finger there, and then put a dot above the center and below the center. So don't make it too tall. Even if you do, it'll look a little different, but it'll still look like a 3D box.
Should we do it in pen or pencil?
You can do it in pencil, but don't erase. So if you want, you can do it in pen also. And then carefully join the dots with lines. Even if your lines are not straight, that's okay. Even if they're a little wobbly, that's fine. So now we get this diamond shape. Done? Now we will draw three lines coming down. But first we will draw the line in the center. This one will be the longest line. And from the sides, we will draw two lines that stop short of the long line. They have to stop a little higher. And then we just join the bottoms together. So this bottom line should be parallel to the top line. And this bottom line should be parallel to this top line. This is not parallel, so it's looking a little weird. But I'm going to draw this one more time. So to practice this is the first part. Can you see how this looks like a 3D box? So we can just make half a page full of these boxes. Draw two dots. Abdul, I'm showing this one more time. Since you joined a little late, you can draw this with me now. So you first draw two dots. Just look at where the center would be. Either put your finger there or just hold your pencil or pen above the center and then make a dot with the pen or pencil above the center and below the center, and then join the dots. Then you draw the center line long, and then two lines from the side which are shorter than the center line. They could be the same distance, but they have to stop short. They don't come all the way to the bottom. And then you draw the bases. Abir, are you able to draw this? Why are you erasing so much? Is there a problem? Can I help you? Okay, Ruhan, are you able to draw this? Abdul, how about you? Are you able to draw this? Now let's try making a fat box. So you make, again, the two dots, then the dots in the center for the other two sides. And this time we'll make a short fat box like this, not too tall. Again, the lines on the side should be shorter. They should stop higher than the middle line. So you can make all sorts of boxes like that with the dots. You can make a tall box. You can make something that looks even like a pizza box. So very big. But not so tall. Abir, are you able to draw this? Can I show you again? Okay, first draw two dots with me. Now don't erase this. If you don't get it, draw another one and keep telling me if you don't get it. See, look at what I'm drawing. I'm drawing two dots. Can you draw two dots away from each other? Okay.
No, ma'am.
Now put a finger in the middle. Okay, now draw a dot on top of the finger. Okay, and then move your finger a little bit and draw a dot just below this over here. Did you get four dots like that? Two on the side, two, one on top of the other. Are you getting this, Abir? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Can you unmute yourself?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now let's join this. Can you do this part? Are you able to do this part? Okay. Now draw one line coming straight down towards the, almost pointing towards the bottom of the page. Make one line in the center. Now we have to make two lines from the side. It's okay if they go a little crooked, but don't make them come all the way here. Make them slightly shorter than the line in the center. Got it? Did you get this part, Abhi?
Yes.
All right. Now just join the bottom. You should get this box now. Did you get it? Now we have to fill this entire space with more boxes like these so that we can practice how boxes look. This is very important because drawing perspective is about drawing 3 dimensions. So drawing on a piece of paper like this, which has 2 dimensions. Do you know what a dimension is? Does anyone know what a dimension is?
Kind of, yeah. Like the way something looks. Like a drawing would be two-dimensional because you can only see one part of it.
Uh-huh.
Um and even 3D drawings, they're trying, the main appeal is to try and make it look 3D,
Mm-hmm.
being not being 3D.
Uh-huh.
So it's still 2D,
Mm-hmm.
but and like 1D is only a side view. So like it'll just be like I don't know about 4D though.
Yeah, this is a good understanding. Yeah, you're on the right track. Abir and Abdul. Abdul, do you know what 3D means? What is the three-dimensional 3D?
Original look.
Original look?
Yes.
Okay, how do you mean? Thoda, can you explain thoda? What does original look mean?
Mean,
Can you describe it? What does 3D mean? Whatever you understand. You don't have to, I mean, it's okay. Whatever you think 3D is. When you make something in 3D, what does it look like? You're saying original look. है ना? That is correct. You're on the right track. Can you describe more? Can you say more? 3D and original look means, what does it look like?
He's gone up once.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. If you can't think of anything, Abdul, you can say that. It's fine. I'm going to explain. It's okay. But I want you to ask me questions also. Okay. All right, let me explain. So 3D, the D stands for dimension or dimension. And the three dimensions we have are length, width or breadth, and depth. Like, see how my hand is coming close to you? That is because of depth. So our paper is 2-dimension. Like if I have an object like this is a 2 dimensions. You've got length and you've got width, but there is no depth. There's nothing. It's just like one thin thing. There is nothing. There's no depth to it. I know. But if I take this, I have length, I have width, and also I have depth. I have a thickness. Because this is a solid object, I have thickness. Correct? So what are the three dimensions? Length, width or breadth, and what is the last one?
Depth.
Depth or thickness. So what does that depth do? That depth makes that object look like it's a solid object, right? So suppose I draw, give me 2 minutes to explain this. So suppose I draw a bus. It's not even a bus, whatever it is. This is in 2D because you see how long the bus is? The bus is from here to here, right? This is long. This is one measurement. And what is the other measurement? From the tires to the top, right? But this is 2D. Where is the depth? Can you see any depth in this? Can you see any depth? Rohan is nodding. Abdul and Abir, can you see any depth? You can't see the other side and you can't see even one side of the bus. Now, if I were to draw a bus like this, see what I'm doing now? I have changed something. What have I changed here?
You've added like depth.
I have added depth. What has happened to the lines?
They've like been extended. Like
Extended. Now, doesn't this look like a 3D bus? Now, what do we have? What is the length of the bus? From this corner to this corner. See how my line of the length, what has happened to it? It's no longer flat, isn't it? It's gonna become crooked a little bit. How about the height? That's from this to the tires, to this tire, let's say. That's the height. And now I've got one more thing, that is the depth. Can we see this? 1, 2, and 3 dimensions, isn't it? Now I'm going to show you the fun bit. If I were to do it like this, I have this line. Does this remind you of something?
Cubes.
Correct. We have just drawn the cube in which this car can fit. Do you see this? This line comes here. This line comes here. See? So everything in the world can fit in a cube or a cylinder or a pyramid. Are you able to see this? It's like these cubes, isn't it?
What, just seeing that, it's quite cool how you can using perspective. Like, for example, in the future, maybe you could just have like this small device and you would just throw it on your car and it'll create a separate cube for it, like a garage.
Yes, that's a great idea. I love that. You should write it down somewhere. Maybe you can invent it for everyone. Okay, so now as we go along, you will understand about cubes. And this is called, when this happens, when you see one length side this way, depth side this way, this is called foreshortening. I'm going to write this down over here at the bottom because we're going to make more cubes. Foreshortening. Because things become shorter when you want to show them in perspective. Okay, right. Now, Abir and I think Abdul, you will be able to draw what I'm going to show next. But Abir, I want you to practice making these cubes and you can color them in different colors. Each side of the cube and each cube does, you can paint in different colors like this. I'm going to try it in pencil. So one side can be one color. And I want you to try to be very precise with your coloring. So do it slowly so that all these colorful boxes look nice. And I would prefer if you have color pencils, that would help instead of sketch pens or markers. Abir, do you have color pencils? So Ruhan and Abdul, you can also do the same thing. Just one of them, and then later on you can color the rest also. And you can do this in watercolor also if you want. But you have to wait for one section to dry, and then you should paint the other section. I'm again using some green. You can do one more very interesting thing with this. You can paint, if you're using paint, you can use a light paint to color the entire box. And then wait for it to dry. Then use the same color for two sides of the box. Then wait for it to dry. and then use the same color for only one side. So you overlap one side once, one side twice, and one side 3 times. See, I'm overlapping this top and the right side 2 times. Now I'm just going to let it dry, and then I'm going to paint it again in the same color, but only one side will be made painted the third time round. Okay, I'm just coming in a minute while you're painting. Okay, the last one I am painting on top. So see, with the same color also, I get a nice three-dimensional effect by just painting one layer, 2 layers, and 3 layers on different sides. Okay, Abhi, this is your task for today. Just make more boxes and color the boxes in different colors. And now Ruhan and Abdul, I'm going to show you how to draw perspective. So here are a few things you need to know. I'm going to do this exercise 2 times. So first, I just want you to watch. Whenever we have a perspective drawing made, we first need a horizon line. So just this is the line where it's an imaginary line where the sky meets the earth. So you can't see beyond this point on the earth. And the lower you are, yeah. So if you go very high, then you can see the horizon line further and further away. Like when you are on a plane or something, then this horizon line is very far away. When you're on the ground, the horizon line is right here, very close to you. Now, from the horizon line, you have a thing called vanishing point. Sometimes you have one vanishing point or two or three, but we are going to work with 2 vanishing points. So these vanishing points are on the horizon line, okay? And from here, I'm going to use the pencil now. You can draw 2 lines, say. Okay? Coming towards the center. And from the other vanishing point, you can draw 2 lines or you can draw actually just one line. And from the part where these two lines in the top intersect, from there you can draw a line coming straight down through the horizon line to the bottom line from the vanishing point. So this is a vanishing line. Do you see this? I've drawn 3 lines and I've plotted what is an edge of a cube. And from here, I will draw the 4th line. Okay, Rohan, I want you to see this first. Don't draw it. I'll draw it one more time. I want you to see it. Okay, so this gives me the edge of a box. Now, anywhere on these lines, I'm going to draw the 2 sides of the box. That's the left side and the right side. Okay, and then I will join these lines and I will have a 3-dimensional box. So this is how a building looks sometimes when you're standing right in front of it. Now, suppose I want to show this box from like I'm seeing it from the bottom. That means it is going to be somewhere in the sky, right? So I will make a a vanishing line go to the sky. Maybe I'll extend this line coming here. And the entire side of the box is up here. So I'm going to make just a vertical line coming towards the horizon line, but it can't go down because I have the boxes on top. So from the bottom of the line, I will draw one vanishing line to the vanishing point and the other one to the other point. Now I will draw again the same process. I will draw 2 lines on the side. These are also straight lines. They don't become crooked. I will join these lines. Now I have 2 extra points from where I can make more lines. The corner on the right will go to the left. I'm going to show this to you again, so you don't have to memorize anything. Just observe the fun that we can do. And the left corner goes to the right. And lo and behold, now we can see the same box from the bottom. It's almost as if this box has jumped up and gone up in the air, and we can see it from the bottom. Okay? So now we will do the same thing again. And you can actually make also 100 boxes like that. One from this side, one from this side. So I'm going to draw these same 2 boxes with you. You draw them with me this time. And then the third box, I want you to draw over here as if we are looking at it from the top. We'll do it together, but you can also draw it for yourselves. So first and foremost, let's draw a horizon line. That is a flat line, flat horizontal line. On the line, plot 2 points. Now we won't make such a steep box. We want some more room. So draw 2 lines first draw a line from the left to the center. From vanishing point, let's give them numbers. Vanishing point 1, vanishing point 2. We draw a line at an angle coming up towards the center from 1 and then from 2 towards the center. And we get an intersection. Got it?
You know what's cool about all of this? That it's basically all just geometry.
Yes, exactly. It is wonderful geometry. Now I'm going to make a green box here. So let's make a line that goes through the horizon line to a little bit to the bottom. Now we make the second line from point 1 towards the bottom of the line and from point 2 towards the bottom of the line. You can project a line from the bottom of the line to 2 also. This will give us 2 sides, which again I'm making a slightly narrow box this time. Draw a straight line perpendicular to the horizon line. And here's our box. And just so that we are able to see the box, I'm going to color it up in green color pencil. Otherwise, it looks transparent and can get very confusing. Were you able to draw this? Okay, do you want to try drawing the box on top with me now? Now let's draw a steeper line going up from 1, and then from 2, again, a steep line going up so that they both join somewhere on the top. Now I'm going to use a blue pen. And this time I'm not drawing the line from the bottom. I'm just drawing from that intersection a line coming straight down towards the bottom, but not all the way. From the bottom of the blue line, I draw lines to point 1 and point 2. And then anywhere on the side, I will draw 2 more lines. If you want a big fat square, then you draw the lines really far away. If you want a narrow square, you draw the y square, I mean cube. You draw them a little closer. I'm drawing them a little closer because I want to fit more cubes here. Now see, these lines on the top are so acute and here they are so flat. Okay, now what do we do at this point? Abdul, do you know how to draw this now? At the bottom, how should we draw this?
Yes.
Can you tell me how? How do I draw the bottom?
Ma'am, can I do this?
You can do this, but tell me or tell me also. हिंदी में बात करो अब्दुल, कोई बात नहीं है. If you can't explain in English ना, हिंदी में बात करो. It doesn't matter. हाँ, just say anything, Abdul. It's okay. Even if you're not sure, guess कर लो आप. Do we make a line from point 1 and point 2 यहाँ पर कहीं पर? Hmm? You do you think you know or you don't know? कुछ एक मुझे बताओ. हाँ या ना?
Then we have to draw a straight line and
Very good. Yes. And where do we have to draw a straight line? Can you tell me, do we draw a line from point 1 anywhere? On this box, do we draw a line from point 1?
yes,
Yes. Okay, good. So I'm going to give you two options, left side or right side. Where should we draw? Left side or right
right,
side? Huh?
right side.
Very good. See, you know it. So I'll draw here from right side. And now from 2, where do I draw?
Left side.
Very good. Very good. See, you know it. You have to talk. You are very smart. Good job. Now we get the bottom. Henna? Perfect.
Yes.
Very good. Well done. All right. Now, Rohan, do you want to try making a box over here?
Sure.
You know how to project these lines to create the first corner, then you
Hmm.
create the first edge, then the second corner, right?
Yeah.
Let's you do it.
Uh,
Abdul, you can also try.
okay. So first,
Hmm.
from my view here,
Hmm.
thinking about it, I would first make more the downward lines go. Like
Correct. Correct.
I would make the lines intersect downwards.
Yes. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's all of us do that. Right. Now we have an intersection point.
Hmm.
Now, where do we draw the line? Above the intersection or below the intersection?
Uh, so over here, like at the center of the intersection,
Hmm.
like at the plus sign part. Wait, yeah, over there where you're pointing.
Hmm.
Uh, so, um, I would, I would like kind of on either one of the sides, I would just pull it downwards like that.
All right, let's pull it downward like this.
Uh, no, see on like, sorry, I explained it a bit wrong.
No problem.
Yeah, over there. Yeah, over there, exactly.
You want to make a line from here?
Yeah, exactly.
Why here?
Uh, because if I'm looking at it from here, then for me it'll look like it's again on the side view kind of thing.
Okay,
Not
let's follow this through. Suppose now that I've made this line,
Hmm.
now we know how to make the other lines, right? We make a line for the sides over here.
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Then what is the next step we can do?
Um, wait, let me think about that.
Hmm.
You, for me, if I'm looking at it like this,
Mm-hmm.
I would make a line from the top of the red line
Mm-hmm.
and then move it left side, like pull it
Here.
to the left. Yeah,
On this line, on this pencil line?
yeah, kind of.
Okay, all right. So I'll move it so much. This is fine.
Oh, wait, no. Oh gosh.
You're
Um,
on the right track. You are perfectly on the right track. Because now see, if I do it this way, I get a side.
yeah,
So what we've done in the past is first we've made the end and then we have made the bottom and the top.
yeah.
But now see what you get. You get a hollow V shape on the top.
Mm.
Now you join the right side to what side? Point 1 or point 2?
The right side, your
See, it's very simple to
that's
remember.
point one, point one.
Correct. Right. It's already connected to point 2. So here we connected to vanishing point 1, and the side on the left connected to vanishing point 2.
Yeah.
And we get a box that is now in such a way that we are looking down towards it. Are you seeing it?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. So this is how you see perspective. And all objects can be made in perspective like this. Now, this is the serious perspective that takes a little while because it seems confusing, but it is not. The more you do it, the less confusing it becomes. And once you are able to see the 3 dimensions and the perspective in 2 points or even single point, it is all other objects are easily drawable.
Mhm.
So can I give you this as your exercise for the week?
Um,
In a place like
I have
this,
a question.
yes.
So if you're, but then this is like that. But then what if you wanted to add like a hand? Like, wait, let me just pull a page over
Hmm.
here. So I'm just gonna draw a basic shape of a hand
Hmm.
over here. So like if I use this or this red thing over here,
Wait, let me see what you've drawn a
yeah,
little
the red
closer.
thing.
Yes.
So this is the hand.
Hmm.
It it wouldn't this is a body over here. So the stick man's the body. The
Right.
hand would be like this, right? But this is not really in perspective with it.
I'll show you. I'll explain to you how that perspective works. Now, this one, just observe. Don't try to draw it. But once you see it, you will be able to draw it at a later stage. All right. So here we have, let's draw a person. Let's draw a stick figure. I mean, I'm drawing it. You don't have to draw it. You have a stick figure man here. And he is in 2 dimensions. You have side and you have no thickness. But then suppose we want to show this man pushing his or showing his hand to the front. Then we are adding a thickness. So we are adding a certain thickness to this 2D man. Now, if this person is in front of you, like you are looking at them, all this has to happen within the same rules of horizon line. It might get a little complicated, so just bear with me. Horizon line, you are, your eyesight is somewhere in such a way that you see the man somewhere over here. And now he is going to pull his hand forward. So when he pulls his hand forward, all these perspective lines come. They do the same thing that they would. Now let's see if he pulls it somewhere over here. How can I show you? Let's say he takes it to the side over here. This is no, I'm not being able to explain it. It's so complicated.
Yeah, it's like it'll be easier if you just draw like the hand first, maybe like the hand in front and then draw the stick man just behind it.
Yeah, that is true too. So I could draw the man's hand, but maybe I can't draw the hand so big because it'll look so odd.
Yeah, because like even if I wanted to see like whenever I'm seeing a YouTube video, I get the part of I got the hand.
Mm-hmm.
I made the hand, but then eventually the part that I don't find easy is the one where the limbs that get covered. like even if I just want to observe, I have a book over here which kind of explains it, but it's not really explaining it well. So like I kind of struggled making the limbs and like the sizing and stuff.
So look, if this is how we are drawing the man, this is an extreme close up. So the lenses probably have to zoom into that man's face to get this. But you can literally just hide the man behind the hand. And this is how it'll look. And because the hand is so big, you won't be able to see any of the man's features. But you can make it even smaller perhaps. So if you have a hand like this, by the way, this is how I draw a hand. See if that works for you. You draw a circle, then you draw a line going horizontal and a line going vertically. And then from the horizontal line, you can draw three lines. One at 1/4, then two at 1/4 and the end of the circle. And this becomes your wrist. So now you can draw two fingers, so about the same height as your circle. You can draw, or maybe a little less, is the height of the middle finger. And then it's just a matter of proportioning it. So you first draw these rectangular shapes coming down and then join them with slight curves along the side. Now this part can be,
Then the thumb.
yes, but it doesn't come straight out like that. So it goes inward a little bit. But it's good to plot the thumb like that horizontally so that you get the rest of the fingers right. And every place you need to extend the line a little bit and then overlap that line for the next line. Okay, so this part now, it is a little complicated, but we'll get it. But before that, because you need to understand how perspective works, would you be able to fill up more boxes over here just as an exercise? So that next time when, suppose we have to do the inside of a room or a building or something like that, we can easily rely on our perspective study. So just one more time, let's make one box over here, this size. Now, one question neither of you have asked me. When we make the first intersection, you can make a box or the edge go either up or down, okay? It doesn't always have to go away from the horizon line. So this time, I'm going to make the box go upward. And then I'm going to connect the other lines. The more you do this, the better your perspective study will be. And I'm making a big fat cube. And then from the bottom left to the right and bottom right to the left. So I get the bottom of the box as well. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope this is clear. And Rohan, would you send me a picture of the guy with the hand so I can study it a little bit? And maybe I can show you
Yeah.
to draw something like that next week.
Yeah, I don't really have a proper reference, but like if I'm just thinking about it, it's like yeah, sure, I'll try to find one.
Try to find a picture and send it to me. Yes, Abir?
Can you see mine?
Yes, may I see yours? Oh, is that a box?
Yep.
Oh, it's very nice. I can see the green box very clearly, but the other box, the other side, everything has become a little too big, is it? Do you have color pencils, Abir?
Yep.
Okay, so would you try making something like this in color pencil also?
Yep.
All right. Okay, so next week, would you please show me these?
Yep.
And what do you think we should do next week? Let's see, Abdul's. Excellent. Good job. So practice this.
Patterns.
Oh, that's a nice idea. What patterns should we make? Do you mean patterns like you see on cloth and like on curtains or sheets or something like that? Like how we did last week?
Yep.
All right. Okay. So I'll look for nice patterns for next week. Good idea.
Didn't you say we were doing like faces or something? Like the faces and facial features?
Yeah, we were. So I'm wondering whether I should do that with you guys next week or I should do patterns with you. Let's do patterns this time and we'll do faces next week. All right. Oh, this is nice. Very good. Abdul, can you describe it? What is this that you're showing us? Is it a landscape? Is it a sea scene? Sea scene.
This is a ocean.
It's the ocean. Wow. Very nicely done. And what did you do this in? Watercolor or color pencil?
Color pencil.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so next week we'll do patterns and the week after that we will do faces. I'm writing it down so that I do not forget. And I will see you all next week then. Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye.